We're in the middle of our 4th year of drought here in Northern California, and there are several ways that we are continuing to conserve water here across the ranch. The soil mapping that we completed in 2009 really laid the groundwork for us to go ahead and analyze our irrigation systems, and it showed us the soil changes and characteristics across the ranch within a given block. From that information, identifying the different soil types, we had areas of vineyard that used different amounts of water within a block. So where this half of the block we were growing cabin needed maybe a quarter of the water as the other side of the block. And that was really valuable information to us. The new irrigation flow meters that we've installed across the ranch have allowed us to precisely measure the amount of water that we're delivering to the vineyards. The flow meters also showed us areas where we needed to improve our overall irrigation system, and we had maybe some leaks underground that we weren't aware of. We had emitters that were clogged. We had filters that might need to be updated. Just an overall improvement of the system to, in the end, improve the performance of the irrigation filters, pumps, and general system. We have several Neutron Probe sites across the ranch as well. The Neutron Probe has allowed us to see where the vine's roots actually are within the soil profile, and it shows us where the water is being drawn from. So in some parts of the ranch, we might be only pulling water from 0 to 24 inches, and in other parts of the ranch, we might be pulling water down to 48 inches plus. So if we have a heat spell coming, we know that we can go ahead and irrigate down to a specific depth to get the vines through that heat spike, rather than go ahead and filling the profile back up or just turning the water on and flooding the root system. Another advancement in the vineyard that we've implemented is the Thule Technology, which it calculates the amount of water that the vines are using in a given area through evapotranspiration and climatic parameters. That technology is something new and fresh for us because it allows us to see exactly how much water the vines are actually using. We don't need to give the vine 100% of the water that it's using. We can just lower the amount of water and still get the performance of the vine. So by implementing all these great technologies, we've been able to actually lower our water use on a vine-by-vine basis between 2 and 3 gallons per vine per week. The water is a really precious resource for us, and if we don't actually receive the amount of rain that we need, farmers have always kind of figured out other methods to grow their commodities or their wine grapes and their livestock to meet the demands of the consumer, and that's the beauty of farming. We're always changing our ways and shaping ourselves to get the same result, even with less precious resources such as water.